Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English with Rambo. I am so happy to have you here today. In this video, we are going to dive into a powerful English learning technique called shadowing. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is shadowing? Let me explain. Shadowing is essentially listening to a native English speaker and then trying to repeat what they say, almost simultaneously, mimicking their pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm as closely as possible. It's like becoming a linguistic shadow, following every nuance of their speech. This technique is incredible because it helps you drastically improve your pronunciation, master natural English intonation, and even sharpen your listening comprehension. Here is how you can effectively use this video for your practice. First, I will read a story, and all the words will appear on your screen so you can easily follow along. Then, you'll have the chance to repeat after me, actively copying my tone and rhythm. Remember, it is absolutely okay if you do not get it perfect the first time. Practice is what truly makes progress. Before we dive in, I want to share why I chose this particular story. It's a narrative I encountered in recent times, and I believe its blend of engaging content and practical language makes it perfect for our session. Our story today introduces us to Anne, a young woman embarking on her first journey to an exciting new country. The narrative is crafted in clear, easy-to-understand English, allowing you to focus squarely on comprehension and, most importantly, on actively practicing your speaking. Here's our plan. I'll read the story slowly and clearly, and you can follow the words on your screen. Afterward, you'll have a golden opportunity to repeat the sentences alongside me. This integrated approach is a fantastic way to sharpen your listening, speaking, and even reading skills, all simultaneously. Are you ready to hear Anne's story? Let's begin. This is her story. I am at the airport right now, and I feel so incredibly excited. Today is the day I am flying to a vibrant, international city for the very first time. I have my ticket, my passport, and my bags. Everything is ready. I arrive at the check-in desk and hand my ticket to the lady. She smiles and says, "Here is your boarding pass. You are in seat 17A. Have a good flight." "Thank you," I say. "A window seat. Perfect. I love looking out of the window when I fly." I go through security, and it takes forever. The line is so long, but I finally get through. Now I am at gate 23, waiting to board my flight. After some time, I hear the announcement. Flight 567 to a vibrant international city is now boarding. Please line up by group number. My heart races. This is it. I get on the plane and walk down the aisle, looking for my seat, 17A. When I reach my row, I stop. Someone is sitting in my seat. It is a man in a blue jacket, and he is looking out. Anne, caught in this unexpected moment, felt a familiar tremor of hesitation. Her heart still racing from the boarding announcement, now added a nervous flutter. She knew this was her seat, 17A, but confronting the man felt like a monumental task in this foreign environment. Would her English be clear enough? Would she sound impolite? The words formed in her mind, a grammatically correct request, yet they remained trapped behind an invisible barrier. This internal monologue, this constant whisper of, "What if I make a mistake?" wasn't unique to Anne. It's a quiet story that unfolds in the heart of every English learner, a tale whispered in moments of hesitation, echoed in the silent yearning for connection. This subtle disconnect between knowledge and performance, rooted in physical mechanics and the musicality of the language, stands in our way, leaving a lingering ache of isolation. And finally gathered her courage, her voice a little softer than she intended. "Excuse me," she began, "I believe this is my seat, 17A." The man, startled, quickly apologized, realizing his mistake. The interaction was brief and polite. Yet, for Anne, it highlighted a stark truth. Her English, while understandable, lacked the effortless flow and confident delivery she admired. A silent resolve formed within her. She needed a way to bridge this gap, to ensure her voice, her true self, could emerge without hesitation. This is where the transformative power of shadowing steps in. A sophisticated neuro-linguistic training regimen. It's designed to align your brain's intrinsic mechanisms for language acquisition by forcing real-time auditory-motor integration, essentially rewiring your brain to think and speak English more spontaneously, bypassing cumbersome translation. At its core, shadowing compels your brain to treat English not as a puzzle, but as a motor skill. Before diving into this intense vocal imitation, prepare your speech apparatus and mental focus. Begin with diaphragmatic breath work, ensuring stable air support. Gently stretch your face and mouth, followed by soft vocalizations and simple tongue twisters, focusing on deliberate, precise articulation. This foundational warm-up primes your mind and body. Then, embark on the systematic layers of shadowing. Start with Stage A, mastering phonemes, the DNA of English sounds. Exaggerate articulation of tricky sounds like I versus E, or the th sounds, building muscle memory. Progress to Stage B, sculpting phrases, where you learn how words connect, like linking, e.g., Paul, pick it up, for pick it up, and reduction, internalizing the stress-timed rhythm of English. Embrace the initial tongue-twister tango. Those awkward moments are signs of new neural connections forming. Next, elevate your practice to Stage C, focusing on the overarching melody of English. Emphasize sentence stress and master intonation patterns, the rises and falls that differentiate questions, statements, or emotions. Consciously replicate the speaker's emotional tone, declarative certainty, or questioning inflection. experimenting with pitch and volume. Intonation carries significant meaning, and mastering it prevents your words from sounding flat or misunderstood. This conscious mimicry not only trains your voice, but also profoundly impacts your listening comprehension. By actively attempting to reproduce sounds, your brain becomes hyper-aware of subtle nuances, turning fast speech from a blur into distinct patterns. This active listening through speaking mechanism significantly boosts auditory pattern recognition, ensuring you don't just hear the words, you feel them. And diligently practiced, experiencing the familiar cycle of frustration and small victories. There were days her voice felt utterly disconnected from the speakers, when the effort seemed insurmountable, and doubt whispered insidious questions. But she pushed past the discomfort, reminding herself of the bigger goal. The repetition, once a tedious chore, became a meditative act. Each time she mirrored a sentence, a little more of the language seeped into her bones. A tiny bit of confidence solidified. This wasn't just about speaking. It was about building a deep, visceral connection to the language, tuning her internal instrument to its unique melody. This dedication, this resilience in the face of plateaus, forged a stronger, more capable version of herself, one utterance at a time. The quiet triumph of consistent effort led Anne to a profound understanding that transcends simple mimicry. Shadowing, she realized, isn't about becoming a linguistic clone. It's a deliberate, deep dive into linguistic absorption, cultivating your most authentic self within the English language. Think of it not as copying, but as an advanced form of linguistic empathy, where you step into the sonic landscape of a native speaker to experience their articulation from the inside out. This profound auditory reorientation fine-tunes your inner ear, allowing the language to seep into your subconscious, laying the groundwork for spontaneous, natural speech. It's also a kinesthetic workout for your speech organs, actively retraining your mouth muscles to adapt to English phonology, moving the process from conscious effort to subconscious execution. Here's the powerful paradox. How can copying lead to originality? When an artist copies masters, they do so not to become a replica, but to understand underlying principles. Shadowing functions similarly. By immersing yourself in native linguistic patterns, you internalize the grammar of spoken English, the intonational, rhythmic, and stress grammar. You absorb the underlying algorithms of natural speech construction. Once these patterns are ingrained, your brain processes and synthesizes them. The external voices you shadow become internal templates, a rich palette from which to draw. This is where your own personality shines through. With a solid foundation, your unique thoughts, feelings, and perspectives find authentic expression within that framework. You are no longer struggling with mechanics, but are free to infuse English with your own flair, humor, and emotional range, like a jazz musician improvising with unparalleled creativity. This inner mastery culminates in significant advancements in speaking speed and natural, rhythmic fluency. Shadowing directly addresses hesitation and mental translation by automatizing chunks of language, reducing cognitive load. Your brain no longer has to painstakingly construct each sentence. It accesses prefabricated, fluent units. This cognitive shift is monumental. Resources freed from articulation mechanics can now be directed towards higher-level communication, comprehending complex ideas, formulating nuanced thoughts, expressing subtle emotions. Research indicates this practice can increase speaking rate by 20 to 30 words per minute and reduce perceived cognitive fatigue by 40 to 60%. The fluency gains are robust and sustainable, strengthening neural pathways for automatic speech production. Shadowing empowers you not just to speak English, but to think and feel in English, transforming the language into an integrated extension of your cognitive self. Then came the moment for On, not a grand revelation, but a subtle, profound shift. At a casual gathering, someone asked about weekend plans. Without hesitation, without the usual internal scramble for words, they simply flowed. She found herself recounting a story, describing an experience, adding humor, expressing a nuanced opinion, all in English. The rhythm felt natural. The intonation conveyed her meaning precisely. Her voice carried a resonance she hadn't heard before. She wasn't translating. She was thinking in English, speaking directly from that wellspring of thought. A lightness settled over her, a sensation of genuine liberation. She didn't just communicate, she connected. The wall that had stood between her and the world crumbled. This wasn't about sounding like a native speaker. It was about sounding like herself in English, transforming frustration into profound internal validation. Her world expanded, opening doors professionally and deepening social connections. So, how do you start harnessing this incredible power? The secret lies in simple, consistent practice. Begin with bite-sized audio, 30 seconds to a minute. Listen. Then shadow, focusing on matching every nuance. Record yourself, listen back, and compare, identifying 1 or 2 areas for targeted improvement. Most importantly, embrace the journey. Embrace the alien voice phase, the initial awkwardness. Because on the other side of that, once your vocal muscles get into shape and your brain maps those complex speech patterns, lies a level of fluency and naturalness that feels less like speaking a foreign language and more like truly expressing yourself. Your goal isn't unattainable perfection, but consistent progress, seeing mistakes as valuable data points for growth. This method is not just a drill. It's an immersive experience, a performance art, and a profound exercise in linguistic empathy. To embark on your own journey of fluent authenticity, make shadowing a part of your daily routine. Don't underestimate the power of short, consistent sessions. If you found this exploration of shadowing insightful and inspiring, if you're ready to unlock your unique English voice, please give this video a like, share it with a friend who might also benefit, and subscribe to English with Rambo for more future-forward English learning strategies. Tell us in the comments below, what's one specific pronunciation challenge you hope shadowing will help you overcome? Your fluent future awaits.